No, absolutely not. Deadpool and Wolverine has not and will not revive or save the MCU. I know I just threw that at you, but I am completely serious. I would like to say that there will be absolutely no spoilers for Deadpool and Wolverine, and any comment with spoilers will be removed until the movie has been out for a couple days. And no, I'm not about to go hating on the MCU as a whole, because a lot of the criticism towards the MCU is people not understanding that what they're saying is not criticism, but I will no doubt say that the MCU has a bad writing problem and becoming way too generic. But with the release of Deadpool and Wolverine and the absolutely crazy financial success it is having, why am I saying it won't save the MCU? Well, in this video, I am going to be giving multiple reasons for why and explaining it in its entirety. Before getting too far, keep in mind the subscribe, comment, and like button are always available for you to show your support because it really helps a lot. And although this is going to be pretty weird, I want to talk about another red-suited comedic superhero known as Spider-Man to back up my claim. Spider-Man No Way Home is one of the greatest MCU movies in the catalog, and after a disastrous start to Phase 4 immediately after Endgame, Spider-Man No Way Home has been the most successful MCU movie since. This movie seemed to reunite the hype towards the MCU with people saying that it was back, but we know this is not the case whatsoever, because immediately after No Way Home we were teased with Doctor Strange Multiverse of Madness and Thor Love and Thunder. And I don't think I have to explain too much about them and the backlash, because Doctor Strange Multiverse of Madness failed to live up to its title in every way, and Thor 4 was a disappointment because it tried way too hard and failed to be funny and goofy. Don't get me wrong, these movies were well received at the box office, but only shattered the expectations of the MCU and left a sour taste in the mouths of Marvel fans. Once again, to skip 3 movies into the future, I won't go into as much detail, but people loved Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3, and said once again that the MCU is back. But then the Marvels underperformed and was not well received. Now, do you understand a pattern? I hope so, but if not, when people start saying the MCU is back, they get their expectations up way too high for the next movie releasing, and in doing so, disappoints their audience. As a little personal story from me, after Spider-Man No Way Home, I was super hyped for Doctor Strange 2, but then after watching the movie, I can say it's easily my least favorite MCU movie because of the incredible lack of anything I was expecting, and the hype train died for me right there and then. Now, I don't mean to make speculations on the next Captain America movie, but after multiple reshoots and script changes, I will not be getting my expectations up because I am almost sure that Captain America Brave New World might suck, but we will see about that soon. So the absolute hype behind Deadpool and Wolverine is most definitely going to put people into the mindset again that the MCU is back. But in reality, if Captain America 4 is disappointing, then Marvel is going to have a really hard time getting people to go see the Thunderbolts 3 months later. Another reason Deadpool and Wolverine will not spark the MCU back into greatness is because the characters of Deadpool and Wolverine are way too unique. This team-up movie is something that has been teased a long time ago in X-Men Origins Wolverine, but was executed horribly in every single way. And I can't believe I'm about to say this because of how absolutely insane it will sound, but to be honest, I don't think people were that excited for the Marvels, and don't get me wrong, I know that sounds absurd and that I am the worst YouTuber of all time. Something much different about the Marvels is that 2 of the characters were introduced in a TV show, in which one of them wasn't even the main character and was only a side character at best. And Captain Marvel is infamous now for being one of the worst MCU movies out there, so I think it's safe to say that some team-up movies just won't work in the scheme of things. Also, this personally makes me worried about the Thunderbolts and how insanely different that team-up movie will be compared to Deadpool and Wolverine, because if we go back to the Marvels, none of them were likable and never grew as characters throughout the movie, and one-dimensional characters teaming up will not go over well. And trying to replicate a team-up like Deadpool and Wolverine in the future is going to be next to impossible, because we have had decades worth of content with Wolverine, and Deadpool started out bad but revolutionized the superhero genre almost 10 years ago. There is something special about this movie that no other movie can really pull off unless Venom and Spider-Man go up against each other in the next movie. For my final reason, I just want to say that there is a clear difference between something like Deadpool and Wolverine and something like Avengers Endgame, and that is the age rating. because Deadpool and Wolverine being rated R is something that will most definitely draw people in that maybe don't care as much about the other MCU movies. And I think that is another thing that makes this movie special, because Disney being the fun entertainment company with the mouse mascot, putting out a movie in a time where everyone seems to be making fun of them, and then putting out an extremely rare R-rated movie is surprising. I mean, although this isn't Disney, but Venom was rated PG-13 when it really should have been rated the R rating, so it could have done much more. Disney never gives out R ratings under the Disney brand, but I think it being done under the official Marvel MCU is something that is as close we will get to Mickey Mouse allowing this stuff, and could honestly lead the company into more sections than thought possible, which in total, to end this off, is why this movie is an event. I would just like to say that everything you just heard me talking about was actually recorded before I saw Deadpool and Wolverine, and my reasoning for that is because I knew this one movie could not save the MCU, even if I wish I was wrong. I have been talking constantly about why it wouldn't save the MCU, but honestly, the movie is amazing and deserves another movie about it on Wednesday going more into depth with it. I loved it for so many reasons, but none of those reasons are going to be present in upcoming Marvel movies, because I will repeat myself when I talk about that. Deadpool and Wolverine is a special event that has been hyped up for decades, with two characters that grew throughout their time to be some of the greatest heroes on the big screen. I wouldn't have released this video if I wasn't certain that what I said before the movie represents what I think after the movie. And on its own, it is fantastic, but in the grand scheme of things, it is not the Marvel Jesus Kevin Feige wants it to be. Will this movie get people more excited for upcoming Marvel movies? Yes, of course it will. I mean, Captain America is the next movie releasing, and it's definitely going to have some expectations. But if we aren't careful, we might end up falling out of love with the MCU once again, because we can't learn that one good thing doesn't mean everything after it will be good. But at least out there, people will continue to watch Marvel movies and have a good time. And at the end of the day, that is enough for some people. I want to remind you that this video is not supposed to hate on Deadpool and Wolverine, any of the movies I talked about, the MCU as a whole, and Disney. I am only here to give you the facts and reasoning, and I would really appreciate a subscribe and like if you made it this far, and for you to let me know what you thought about Deadpool and Wolverine in the comments. Thank you everybody for watching. I'm Enchanted. Bye.